Hi everyone. So I'm gonna read One Cat, One Dog, and One Ham to you. This is another book that on the Dr. Nathanson exposed Dr. Nathanson show with Francesca Matto for punishing for protecting being a parent in the CPS News and another broadcast that did the conversation between the victims of Dr. Nathanson, the different things that he did that was corrupt, and why he should not be a medical doctor any longer. So this is the third book she was talking about, what she had on the screen. And this is important because I actually had to make my own beginner book for my son in order to teach him how to read Green Eggs and Ham, his first book. And then I actually helped him to publicly speak it on Facebook Live, because at some point we all have to learn public speaking, and we need to be comfortable doing it. And the earlier you teach your child how to public speak, the better they become as social skills and stuff like that, and even to be able to handle being a public speaker in school, for example. So, One Cat, One Dog, and One Ham, a story about a family's farm life and the lesson that one dog and one cat learn to make up what you do wrong. And my son actually illustrated a lot of our books that he helped me make. Either he helped me illustrate them or he helped me write them. But he did so great. So one cat and one dog wanted a ham, so they went and searched for one. One cat and one dog found a farm. One cat and one dog searched for a ham on the farm. One cat and one dog found a ham on the farm at the farmer's house. One ham was found on the table left alone, so the cat and the dog took it away. One cat and one dog took the ham that they stole from the farm. One cat and one dog took the ham to a place where they couldn't be seen. The ham was getting cold from the cat and the dog running for so long, so they decided to stop and eat the ham. The dog and the cat took a bite of the ham that tasted like brown sugar and maple syrup. Yum, good. One cat and one dog knew that stealing was wrong, so they decided to replace the ham that they stole from the farm. The dog and cat pondered as to what they could give back to the farm in place of the ham that they stole. Since stealing was wrong, the dog and cat decided to get a girl to bring an apple pie over to the farm for the ham that they stole. While the dog and the cat were eating the ham, sorry about that, guys. Hold on 1 minute. While the dog and the cat were eating the ham, the girl saw them and knew what needed to be done. Little girls are very smart, and little boys are too. Some may say more than grown-ups at some things. The little girl knew that the cat and dog stole the farmer's ham because the little girl was the farmer's little girl. When the little girl learned that this little dog and cat stole her family's dinner ham, she knew that she needed to help them replace the ham with at least an apple pie. So without further ado, the little girl gathered up some apples from her family's apple tree and some brown sugar and headed back home with the little dog and cat under her arm. The little girl with the two animals walked into her back door by her kitchen and said, "Mama, Papa, I found these two and they stole our ham, but they felt bad because stealing is wrong. So they wanted to bring us something in return for the ham that they stole. I gathered up these here ingredients to have this apple pie for dessert." Mama said, "Oh, what cute animals these are. We can always replace our food. Let's make sure these two are well fed so they don't feel they need to steal any more food again." Papa agreed and said, "Better yet, let's keep them and be sure they are well fed every day." Papa said, "The dog can help me around the farm by herding sheep and other tasks. The cat can keep mice away." What a better way to earn their keep, eating well and living the good farm life where they are nice and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the summer. They can play in the leaves in the fall and play out in the rain in the spring. These two will have a ball here with us for many moons to come. The mother agreed, and the little girl did too. What a great and blessed feeling this day has turned out to be. And what appeared to be bad in getting our ham stolen, we gained a nice apple pie, 2 animals, 1 cat and 1 dog equal 2 animals that needed a good home and a purpose in life. It looks like they love having a purpose on our farm as well. Papa said, now what's for supper now that the ham has been eaten? The little girl said, how about a nice, healthy, leafy salad with lots of fresh veggies? Mama and Papa agreed. What a great idea that was. I got stuff to make stuffed peppers too. Let's have those with our nice, healthy green salad. Papa said, I love it. When's dinner going to be done? While laughing out loud, he left the kitchen and went out the door to pick peppers for the stuffed peppers. Yummy. The little girl and Mama put together the salad and the stuffed peppers and then called Papa in for dinner. They all sat down for a grateful supper together, and then after they all enjoyed that wonderful gift of an apple pie, they were blessed with eating for dessert. What a great ending to such a lacking beginning. The cat and dog didn't have to steal again, and they gained a wonderful family too. They also gained a purpose serving their new family on the farm. The end. Now, again, this is not the right version that I've created, and I plan on creating more versions in the future. My books, again, they're not perfect, but it's not about perfection. It's about purpose. It's about imagination. It's about getting a point, making the world a better place. In my books, this is what I do. And I never wrote a beginner book for my child. I just know he was struggling with reading. The school said they couldn't teach him how to read. And so I said, well, I have no other choice but to create my own beginner book. Now, when my son was reading that book, he said, Mama, he says, this is an easier read than the other books you were having me try to read, and I couldn't read. And I said, okay, well, that's great. And then we worked with Green Eggs and Ham right afterwards. And it was such a great book because, who doesn't love green eggs and ham? And then from there, I decided I wanted to teach him public speaking because he was going to have to learn at some point, and I wanted him to be poised at doing it. I wanted him to be confident doing it. I wanted him to feel like he's been doing it for years and he's got no worries in the world to get it done. There was not going to be a frozen problem. There wasn't going to be a shock value problem. There wasn't going to be any of that stuff that most kids deal with by the time they learn how to public speak, because these schools are not teaching you how to public speak as a young child. Very sick. So that's the point that I wanted to make with all this. And they're trying to say in Erie County Family Court that I didn't do anything for my child. Well, your actions speak louder than the words. You don't have to say, I didn't say those exact words. Your actions speak louder than your words. I taught my son how to read. I taught my son how to make our own books. I taught him and encouraged him how to illustrate our, certain books. I became all these different things along the way, even through forced foster care. I became a legal ordained minister. I became a facilitator of Love and Logic parenting training on 2 different kinds, basic and special needs curricula. What more do you people want? I mean, like I said, you didn't have no right to take my kid in the first place because you weren't following the law. If the law was followed, my son wouldn't be taken. So this whole Dr. Nathanson stuff, they act like, he's like this credible thing. I mean, if you watch the Dr. Nathanson Exposing Dr. Nathanson show, you would see clearly this man should not be anywhere near a natural family, should never be around children, because he is the epitome of what a bad parent looks like. He has a problem with alcohol. He has a problem with, a bankruptcy. He has a problem with lying about about a professional person in the medical community or mental community. My counselor, Melissa, she even said, he twisted my words. That's exactly not at all what I said. So there's just a lot there. And they still want to try to TPR me because they think they have a right to, and they don't. And so if you guys are out there listening to this and you want to contribute even anything energetically, just pray that April 2022, we find a way to get this squashed. And by May 2nd, 2022, this TPR trial doesn't work, does not happen, is dismissed, because everything about this is lawless. Now they have my son back at abusive Connors. That's going to be a great story. That's what I should do next. I should read you the book that Jesse Carsonlad actually gave me his story about abusive Connors and what he went through while he was there at 8 years old, autistic. And I helped him to tell his story and make a book, and he published it on his 18th birthday last year, I believe it was. I mean, this kid almost was choked to death. If another staff wouldn't have came in and stopped it, he would have been dead. So Connors Residential Treatment Center, if you guys are out there, I would suggest you go out and protest and, demand that my son Landon Fuller come home now. Get the book from the Jesse Carsonlad, and share it everywhere, and stand up for these children that are being abused, constantly neglected there. This one lady, Shamika, she told me that when she asked her son why he kept walking off the campus there, he said, because the staff hit the kids there and they won't stop hitting me. Well, eventually he walked off the campus for the last time and he got a gun and he pointed at somebody. And now they're trying to blame this child for their neglect of responsibility to make sure the kids were safe enough not to be hit while there, as well as not to be walking off the campus. So, instead, now they're trying to say that she can't have her kid back, and they're blaming this kid instead of actually the adults that are in charge of this gross facility. So stay tuned for that next story. And in the meantime, thank you so much. I'm sorry this wasn't perfect. This is only like my third, well, actually technically my second live video. And I did the best I can. And remember that if I can do these kind of things, even if without perfection, you can do it too. And just because you're disabled doesn't mean that anyone has a right to destroy your planet in your own reality of what you live with your family. No one has a right to abuse a disabled person ever. Especially disabled people and their children. That is the most disgusting, demented, evil thing I could ever even tell you, and an experience of what I've been through with these people. So stay tuned for that next story about Jesse Carsonlad, and his story about the horrors, and his own personal story of what Connors Residential Treatment Center is really all about. And I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.